everyone. I'm Tina Hamlin. I'm the president and owner of Coast Consignment, and today I have Shannon Williams with me. And Shannon is one of our most valued consigners and customers. And Shannon is a interior stylist. Is that how you like to call yourself?
Yes.
Okay, as opposed to an interior designer?
Yes.
And what's the difference? Can you tell us a bit about that?
The difference is a stylist is more of somebody that comes in and changes and does refreshes and, doesn't necessarily do like tear down walls or like move walls or doors or like more like flow. I think a stylist is more of like somebody that comes in and sort of changes the way a room or a home feels.
Okay, I like that. So can you work with existing items and bring in new items?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it doesn't mean that you have to start over and completely change everything in your home.
No, I think that it's important to keep some of the things in your home that are important and try to make new spaces, refresh them.
Okay, that makes sense. So if you're looking to make changes, but you're not quite sure what you want, but you know you don't need a new kitchen and you don't need a new living room or a different space plan per se, but you have some items you love and some items you'd like to replace, that's where you come in.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. Shannon has been with us, working with us for years now.
Yeah.
And when Shannon sends me photos of things that she wants to consign, it's an exciting time for me, and I enjoy looking at everything that you've selected and picked out for yourself and your clients over the years. And you really inspire me with the items that you choose, and you must have clients that have been with you for a long time that are always looking for you to advise them on the special things they do. So what are your favorite sources for looking for beautiful things for people's homes?
Well, obviously here is one of my favorites. Probably one of the main stores I come to for inspiration, for pieces for my clients. I do a lot of thrifting. I also do a lot of maybe crate and barrel. I like to mix old and new. I think it's important to have a bit of personality in a home or a space. So if everything kind of flows, like things from here, things from thrift stores, things from crate and barrel, maybe, CF Interiors.
I really like where you started talking about mixing old and new.
Yes.
Because for us, for myself especially, I think that's what sets us apart from other places in that we're not just an antique store, we're not just a mid-century modern vintage store. We are a combination of everything from antique, up to several hundred years old, to contemporary and brand new. And for me, I know that a layered look which incorporates ultra contemporary as well as vintage pieces is more of a timeless aesthetic for people's homes. If they're not just subscribing to all trends, when they are able to layer between new and old, different time periods, that's a lasting look and an easier one to switch out. And if you want a new rug, or you want new throw pillows, or you want new accessories, maybe you love art glass for 10 years and then you've changed to pottery, that kind of thing. So I love when you talk about that and that you shop at all of these different places. Because being able to find inspiration from all those places and not just one aesthetic is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think that when you shop at one place that doesn't have these things that you guys have, like all the different materials, art, eras, everything, a room can look, but doesn't really have any personality.
No.
Right? It's just anybody can go and buy a room at any store.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make it a special home, in my opinion.
When I see a brand new home and someone's just had it done right away at one time, all from the same store. I see this a lot with people that want to buy from our age. restoration hardware.
Yeah.
The entire house is restoration hardware, even down to artwork. And you know, of course, they have some great pieces. They have some classic pieces, and we sell RH very well down here. But it's a very homogenized look, and there is no personality shining through from the family or the couple or the person that lives on their own. There's nothing that shows what they truly are or what they truly like. That's why we're here, and we're starting to see a little bit of a resurgence with our young folks that are looking to break out from the homogenized styles and design that Vancouver's known for.
Yes, agree.
We see it in the high-rises downtown. They're pretty much glass. We are seeing some new architectural styles in the high-rises, but it's taken years to get to that point. But in the meantime, the interiors are all the same.
Yeah.
So how do you go in there and make your personality? What would be some top things? So say you were going to style someone's new condo downtown in one of the big glass buildings. What would be the sort of thing, I assume you would ask them some questions first about what interests them. What would be the sort of things that would be your favorite thing to add style? What are you looking for?
It's always the detailed things, like art is a big thing. I always say to my clients, buy what you can afford, the best you can afford.
Okay.
Quality is a huge thing, and I think a real piece of art is a really big feature. Any like pottery.
Thank you. One of my favorites.
Like interesting chairs, like just things that are unique to a space where people come in and go, wow, that's really cool. Like, you know, just some personality.
So you like, when you talk about pottery, one of my favorite things about pottery, especially in contemporary places, is that it can bring in a real organic feel. Like we look at this bowl that's sitting right in front of us that's been hand thrown by someone, and it's a bit of a raku style. It's got an interesting glaze as well as more of a matte, unglazed finish and very uneven edge. So for me, if you're in a really stark place, but you have pieces like this around, that is just going to take your interior and set it on fire. It's just going to be phenomenal. It's going to show your personality. And I think in this one, we actually just have some cue balls sitting in here.
Yeah, which is amazing.
And inexpensive things to do. And they
For
actually feel good if you're like me and you like to fidget, you can roll around with the pool balls. But pottery is one of my favorite things to source.
Yeah.
You don't need to have the biggest and best vase. You can have a small vignette of pieces together, and it just it'll just add so much interest. With furniture, what are some of your favorite brands of furniture? If you're not talking about antique or vintage, what are some of your favorite brands of furniture that you like to see?
Oh, I like anything mid-century.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah. I always think that that's something that will outlive all of us. The quality, the craftsmanship, the fact that it's just simple but yet like unique.
Like you're sitting on a Herman Miller.
Yeah, like Herman Miller
right now.
Eames, all of those.
And this is one of their original designs, and this is one of their licensed Herman Miller pieces. And so this has great proportions for smaller apartments.
It does.
And it's a piece
and
of
it's
art.
comfortable.
Yeah. And smaller scale, because homes didn't used to be as big as they are now.
No.
A lot of the homes are smaller, and so it's really interesting to see that the quality of these pieces are now from the 50s, 60s, and we're talking 75 years that we're getting to, and they're still in impeccable condition, so many of them. And so they also were very popular in Vancouver at the time because we had some really good mid-century builders right now. In fact, Coast Consignment, we just were one of the sponsors of the West Coast Modern Week through West Vancouver Arts Council. And so we're talking a lot about mid-century homes and that kind of thing. But Vancouver was a huge hotbed for Scandinavian mid-century modern design. And so it still suits so many of the new apartments being built because it has those contemporary lines. It's simple, it's tailored, that kind of thing.
And this couch is nice and small for a smaller apartment.
And it just
Perfect.
has, and the leather on it is to die for. And then
I might take it home. Advice I go with is, first of all, I would get them to maybe get some photos of things that they like when they're shopping, or things that are favorites in their home. I think that's really important, and then we can sort of talk about different things that they might like different eras, different design choices. Like some people might like traditional or contemporary, or they do like the antique stuff, and like maybe bringing it all together where, you know, they like the harmony of the room.
Yep.
I think it's important too, because it is your home. You need to be happy when
Yes.
you walk into your home. So I think that you should really kind of have an idea of things that I really love this, you know, lamp, and well, why do you like this lamp? Because I like the color, and I like the shape and things like that, and you can kind of go off that, I think.
That's kind of how I feel, is when I have friends reach out to me and they want to know how can they incorporate something they've seen here, or can you come take a look at my space and tell me, like, what can I do with it? I usually ask them, well, what do you like about it right now? What's on your Pinterest board if you have Pinterest? Mm-hmm. If they don't have Pinterest, oftentimes people will save things to their Instagram.
Yeah.
Or they have cutouts from magazines. And so I'll ask them about that. I recently just worked with some new customers of ours that just came in about 3 weeks ago, a young couple who were setting up their first apartment here in North Van together. And they had a bit of an idea of what they liked, but they needed some help. So we actually got them into one of the beds that isn't in the video right now, but we have this fabulous new bed from Moe's that's got the green and the lighter wood. And then we talked about putting a Persian rug under it, because that would add multicolor, and if they got tired of the bed, that Persian rug will be able to go with anything if they wanted to go to an all-white interior eventually. We talked about art, because they didn't know a lot about art. They're young, and they didn't realize that art doesn't need to match your interior. How do you feel about that? Like,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
I feel that art is lost if it matches your interior.
Yeah.
It's just part of it. It's that blandness. If you want to create conversation around artwork, you buy what you like.
Absolutely.
Not based on if it's going to match your rug or your sofa. And one of the things down here is we look for very high quality artwork that's interesting. We love vintage posters.
Yeah.
Those are great. Yeah. We love, we take some prints, but we are very particular with prints. They have to be a very limited edition, which is like 100 editions and less, and hand signed by the artist, and a very good kind of print. Printmaking is a real art, so we look for specific things around that. But for us, we do very well with artwork from, $50 to $5,000. That's kind of the range of artwork that we sell down here, and we do really well with that. We look for artwork that speaks to us as well, and we like all kinds of artwork, from impressionist to abstract to watercolors to still lifes to botanicals, all those sorts of things. First Nations artwork we absolutely love. We love the simplicity and the clean lines of that, and then meaning behind it. So I ask these young couple, like, what do you like for art? What do you want to spend on art? And it's very easy to go to somewhere like HomeSense and just buy a bunch of canvas prints. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those canvas prints can, range from $75 to $200, sometimes more. But they're not special. And you can buy something that's, an original in a place like this, or another, resale, vintage, thrift store that is original and that speaks to you more. And you know that person had their hands on it. They literally use their palette knife, their brush, whatever the medium.
And to be honest, you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference when somebody has a nice piece of art and somebody has a piece of art from HomeSense. It's
automatic.
It's there.
Yeah. So I think what you want to do is you want to be intentional with the items that you bring into your home.
100%.
You know, it's why did I buy it? Not because it matches, but it's intentional. Like, I just decided to add this crazy vase into my home because I liked it, and I'm gonna make it work.
I think it's so important to have cool and interesting things in your home, and take the time to find those things, right? And maybe spend a little bit more money on a nice piece of art, a beautiful lamp.
Yeah, lamps are one of your passions.
Oh, love lamps, yes.
So is that one of your favorite things to source here?
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
one of my favorite things to
I think
source.
Here at Coast, like, there's such an arrangement of so many different lamps. The quality is impeccable. Thank you. You get just nothing but good quality here. And it goes from like antique, mid-century, contemporary. I mean, and the mixing of all of those together can really make a room sing, in my opinion. So
I love lighting. It is vitally important to your home.
It is.
Rarely do my husband and I ever have our overhead lights on. Almost all the lighting in my home is from table lamps and floor lamps,
Yes.
and some picture lamps over artwork. But it just gives it a glow, and each one has a different shade and a different sort of style. And oh gosh, lamps are like what shoes used to be like for me when I could still wear high heels.
Well, it's fun. You can just switch them out too, or
Totally.
Right?
And I do. I
Yeah.
don't get attached to my
Same.
items anymore.
No, it's fun to do that, and it's a great way to change up your room, your space. Layered lighting is such a huge thing, and it's really become something in the last 5 years with interior designers and decorators, that, or I should say stylists, that it's really important. Like, overhead lighting is not something you should have. You should have table lamps, floor lamps, pendants.
Yep.
That
Sconces.
combination of lighting with design and interiors, it's not about, it's a feeling in the space. And if you walk in and the lights are just glowing, and it just feels like you want to stay.
Yes.
You want to stick around and hang out.
Yeah.
And enjoy a glass of wine,
Yeah.
a coffee,
Doing a puzzle.
having
Something. It's resetting your
you
nervous
don't
system.
feel like you're in the dentist's office, right? So,
Totally good point.
I struggle with my own house because I'm particular.
So do I.
I think that's the hardest part. But just finding out what you really like just trying to figure out, not worried about what other people think.
Thank you. Exactly.
And just going with what you like. Like, I really like this yellow chair. Well, if you like that yellow chair, you should buy it. And if it makes you happy, then that's the important part. I think that's the hardest thing. I think people are like, I just want to be safe. I just want to be, I don't want anybody to think that my house is different or strange. And I think nobody thinks like that. I think everybody that comes into your home and you have unique pieces think it's actually really cool. So,
Wow, you hit the nail right on the head, Shannon. That's exactly, I couldn't have said that better myself. That's exactly it. I did once have a yellow chair in corduroy that came in here, 2010. And I was living in Squamish at the time, and I had a little space in my bedroom that needed a little chair. And nobody bought this chair, and it was yellow corduroy. And I loved that chair, and I bought that chair, and I was like, I'm gonna make that work no matter what I do. And it did, and every time I gave a tour of my house, people went bananas for this yellow chair.
Yeah, like, this is cool.
And I used to sit in it and have quiet time sometimes up there, and just, because for me, I get a lot of enjoyment from being at home. It's my creative outlet, but like you, I can get a block with my own home. I can get decision paralysis, and it's frustrating. If I go to design or help a client or a friend with their home, it's much easier for me. I can literally just put it together really quick, but then I get some sort of funny thing going on with my own home. So I empathize with my clients and my friends that can't plan their own home. And honestly, that's why, whatever your budget, working with a stylist like Shannon, or if you're redesigning your entire home, if you can work into your budget to work with a designer or a decorator, it's worth it. With Shannon, she can work with so much of what you already have. So
Yes, absolutely.
absolutely, you know, and then just she'll notice things once she gets an idea of what you like, and you're in these kinds of spaces like we have here. That's when you'll figure out something that, like you said to us, this will be perfect for such and such a project that I'm working on. And it's, you know, it's nice to have that extra assistance.
Art is definitely worth the investment. I'm going to say a couch is 100% worth the investment. Anything that's wood, like real wood, mid-century, anything that's antique, obviously it's outlived its, you know, years and years. I mean, only those things age, better with time. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that you can switch out, like the lighting is fun.
Yeah.
But if you, I mean, beds are important, I think.
Beds are extremely important.
You know, that's something you're going to have for 10 years.
Get the best mattress you can afford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
with sofas, so that's an important one for me. So part of what we source down here is when we look for sofas, especially our higher end sofas that are going to sell at a higher price point even used, we're looking for the internal construction on that sofa. You know, are we talking about kiln dried wood? Are we talking about a certain kind of spring system? Are we talking about memory foam? Are we talking about 100% down or down around very high quality foam cushions? Foam is incredibly important. Lots of sofas have foam, but there are varying qualities of foam. So I know that for myself, I love Canadian made as much as possible, but there are lots of incredible North Carolina brands out there, like Lee Industries. Still, you're going to get a very good quality sofa from them. For Canada, a mid-price but high-quality sofa due to construction is Gus Modern. Gus gave a talk at Ginger Jar, friends of ours, a couple of years ago, and it was so great. They showed us their entire construction process, and it was really impressive. So when you can afford slightly better, invest in that.
yes.
Invest in that. And something that might surprise people that I'm going to talk about is that IKEA's upholstered furniture is extremely high quality. You know, you can go in there and you can buy lots of lower quality dressers and tables. And they do have some solid wood tables in pine and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we're talking about their veneer on particle board stuff, that's not a good buy.
No.
It's very disposable furniture. But their upholstered furniture actually goes through rigorous testing. If you are on a tight budget, an IKEA sofa is actually not a bad sofa to buy. I will steer you away from some of the big box furniture stores. I see so many friends buy sofas from them, and within 2 years, the cushions, the springs, and the foam are done. And you know, the difference in price is maybe $500 to $1,000 for a better quality sofa that would last longer. And it's hard to see when they're so disappointed because, you know, that money was hard to earn and they thought they were getting something fabulous and it wasn't. And so I would really caution about big box furniture buying.
Come here.
Yeah.
Couches here.
Yeah. For myself, I can't afford to pay a retail Lee Industries or
No.
I have a Stickley sectional, which isn't wood. It's a performance velvet that I purchased used. It still costs several $1,000s, but it doesn't even look like I have pets in my home. I do because it's such incredible fabric and it weighs a ton. The quality of it is to die for. And that sofa, my husband and I already know that it's gonna live with us forever. It's probably gonna get reupholstered eventually, possibly slip covered. But I'm never getting rid of that sofa. It's one of the best quality sofas I've ever come across. And down here, we've sold used sofas up to $12,000 because we're talking about very specific brands from France, like Rochefoucauld or Linné Rosé or Poltrona Frau. And if it's one of their styles, that's a timeless style. That's an investment sofa, but if you have the budget for that, that's $12,000 compared to $45,000. So you're getting an incredible deal. But yeah, I agree with you. Beds are an investment. Sofas are an investment. Artwork is a good investment.
Yes.
I was just looking at IKEA, and even some of the prices there for sofas are similar to the prices that we have for sofas.
Totally.
I
So you could-
agree.
Yeah. You could be getting so much more for your money.
You
Yes.
could get a Lee
And like
Industries
some
for
beautiful
$300 more.
couches. There was this chocolate brown one here.
Mm.
What was that one?
That was Robert Lettingham.
I love
Oh
that
my
one.
I was
God.
in love with that couch. I'm sorry,
know.
but I have a couch already. And
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
no.
about to buy another one, but
Oh,
that was, and what a deal. Like, you really, it's just, you could really have, and that would be forever. And
it
you
was
could
a
just
forever sofa.
reupholster if you don't like the color anymore, you know, or
You could get them dyed.
or you know what? I would be happy with that. But
Yep,
you know what I mean?
because,
I just think
because
that,
you would throw the right toss cushions on it and maybe a throw blanket over the end, and then all of a sudden it works. Because
yeah,
sometimes,
or you have a great rug or like a cool
Totally.
piece of art. There's so many things you can do.
Yeah.
So many things.
and with chocolate, so that was a couch from Robert Lettingham, who is
Yes,
an architect
beautiful.
and interior designer, and he custom makes furniture for his clients at their request. And it was here for quite a long time, and it finally sold to the right people. And when I tell you they got a deal, they got a
They
deal.
did get a deal.
Because it should have gone in the first day.
Yeah.
Another upholstery company that we look for is a lot of my higher net worth clients, consigners, get their furniture made by Western designers.
Yes.
Amazing.
Great. You guys had some really good couches
Yeah.
done as well.
Yeah.
Which I mean, those will last you forever.
Yeah.
That's where you should be putting your money. Montauk is another one that you guys have.
Flex Steel.
Yes.
Oh my God, you can't find Flex Steel for under $10,000, and especially the vintage ones. It's on my list all the time, and I get excited when I see one. It doesn't even matter if it's stained. I will get it recovered if I need to, or I get it professionally cleaned. They are worth the money all the time.
Well, trending right now, obviously, is the mid-century. I've been seeing that a lot lately, which I don't think it's ever really gone out. But it seems to be a little bit more, especially with the younger crowd. They're really tapping into the 60s, 70s sort of vibe, design. Mixing is, for me, I think is a huge thing. Like contemporary with antiques, mid-century with, you know, traditional, maybe a little bit of those, like just like a very simple couch.
I'm seeing more color coming back.
Yes, that is true.
I'm
too.
seeing more color coming back. I'm seeing people being willing to go out on a limb with a little bit more pattern and colorful fabric. So for me, I'm excited about that because I don't feel like you have to have your entire house covered in fabrics. I think that's when you have your neutral colored sofa because that's your investment piece, as we discussed in the previous video, and then you reupholster or you buy a chair in an absolutely incredible fabric. Maybe you go crazy, you go cabbage rose chintz, maybe you go icat, you know, icat, however you like to say it, you go chevron, whatever, stripe. For me, I'm seeing a little bit of that coming back. There's a little bit more of the Cotswolds cottage starting to come back, which hasn't been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And with mid-century, as you mentioned, we saw a slight weakening in the market a couple of years ago because it got very saturated with reproductions.
Yes.
From companies like CB2 and West Elm and stuff. And so it was hard to maybe differentiate between the true mid-century, but what is truly coming back is the collectible mid-century.
Yes, it has to be collectible. It has to be
name,
you
like,
know,
you know,
the Danish.
Hans Wegner, Johansson, a lot of different makers that I check for.
Yeah.
That is coming back.
Yes. Also, I'm seeing a lot more too, like you said, with the color. It's also making your house more personal, which this is why we're talking about.
This is why we're talking about.
It's a huge thing now. People are like, why would you like? You know, have the things in your home that you love. You know, have fun.
Have fun.
Following
Following trends is exhausting.
It is, and
Like,
it's expensive.
It's
If you
expensive.
want to do it, but you know, I think if you,
I used to have a client who every 5 years turned her entire home over with her interior designer because she'd be done with the trend. It was great for us. We had access to really amazing items. So she had a lot of money and she had beautiful taste, as did her designer that she worked with. But how expensive? But maybe that's her thing. She might just love to do that anyways. But there are lots of people that go all in on trends and then they're disappointed in a few years. So never go all in on trends.
No.
Fashion-wise, interior-wise, vehicle-wise.
If you want to pop in with a trend, do pillows.
Yeah.
Do throws, like throw blankets.
A lamp.
Lamp.
You don't have to go all in.
Maybe you don't need to.
Even just a chair. Even just a chair. Like, keep your dining table. Switch out your chairs.
Yeah.
Like maybe you've always had a beautiful antique dining table and you've got lots of family memories around it, or it was your mother's or your grandmother's or your grandfather's. You don't want to get rid of it, but it's not mixing with your aesthetic anymore. Keep that table. Stick a ultra contemporary blown glass bowl on top of it, and then put some Louis ghost chairs around it, or a mid-century style, or something leather, and you've got this whole new look, but you still have your dining table that's not only incredible quality, has an amazing history, and has sentimental value for you.
Yeah.
Because trying to sell it, you're not going to get the value that you hope for it.
Yes.
And sentimental value isn't quantified, so you're not going to get paid for that. So those pieces that are important to you, figure out how you can incorporate those with trends, and it's actually very possible. That's where people like Shannon come into play as a stylist, because they'll be like, I hear that you're attached to this table. We can still make this table work for you.
Definitely.
Yeah. Just because you have a French provincial dining table doesn't mean your entire place has to be French provincial. You can work with that. We can work with that down here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mix and match those eras, mix and match those styles. Unless you're absolutely, you have to go, you love Rococo, and you got to go all Rococo. That's fine. But for me, I love so many styles. I mean, sometimes I wish I had a bunch of different houses so that I, could have my West Coast modern, I could have my Cotswolds cottage, I could have my arts and crafts home. There's so many styles I love. I could have my little French Provençal, not French provincial, but Provençal, cottage winery. There's so many styles I like. Yeah. So I try to incorporate those in my home without it clashing. Yeah. And I feel it doesn't. My feedback that I get is that because I'm leaning into the things I like and the way I'm good at also removing things when I bring something new in.
Yes.
I don't overcrowd my space. Yeah. I have knickknacks, but I don't have a ton of knickknacks. Yeah. Things that really speak to me and are important to me for various reasons.
Yeah.
And like that. You don't have to go all in. You don't need to have a giant sofa in boucle.
Yeah, don't invest in that. I think that's something that would be a trend.
Yeah.
Big sofa that's...
If you like boucle and you like that trend, then you throw a boucle pillow on there. Yeah. Like a bolster pillow that's like rounded, so it's got a bit of a mid-century style to it, but it's in boucle. There's the answer to keeping up with the trends.
Yes.
So I think for me, when I see stuff all over social media continually, I know it's a trend. Like obviously things like the Stanley drinking cups were a trend. And now you're seeing them in the thrift stores and it's not even 2 years later, right? Like
exactly.
When you see an oversaturation of something on the magazines that are facing you at the grocery store, when you're seeing it on your Insta or your TikTok, it's a trend. And also be aware that a lot of companies are behind many of those posts and they're pushing that product and they want that trend to last as long as possible. I encourage people to follow accounts like Shannon's and other designers who are a little bit different. We have some really favorite interior designers down here that we like to feature sometimes that are a bit different. They really lean into people who are wanting a more unique space.
Yes.
They work with a lot of European companies for fabrics and wallpapers, and you don't have to wallpaper your whole house. I mean, you can do a wall, you can do a powder
rooms. Powder rooms are good ones because then you can it's a smaller space, but
you can go crazy in a powder room.
Yeah,
you can make it a total jewel box.
So fun,
so much fun.
Yeah,
and it's the forward-facing bathroom that your guests and friends see too. So go crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so trends you'll see them. They're oversaturated. You see even what people are wearing. I know for myself that shopping-wise, of course I don't want to be out of style, but for me, I look for a more classic look and then I can mix it up with accessories and shoes. Yeah. But if I'm going to invest in certain things, I want them to last quite a long time. I want them to be better quality. I personally shop consignment a lot. Because the brands that I like are expensive and I can't afford them retail, so I shop consignment for those as well. So for me, a trend isn't oversaturated. Is that how you feel about it? Like, you just see it everywhere.
Yeah, it's just like right now it's the chrome arc lamps.
Yeah.
That's been
done to
everywhere.
death. Yeah.
And which is too bad because there's like you got Floss, which has got a beautiful one.
Yeah.
And it was sort of now it's just like everywhere, and I think that
Floss, for those that don't know, is a brand of arc lamp that is phenomenal. They're very expensive, they're incredible quality, and they've been around for decades and decades.
Yes.
From the mid-century style, actually even before that, possibly, I want to say even maybe around 30s, 40s, because along with Eileen grade tables, but they've been reproduced over and over by lots of companies.
Yeah.
And so they have to be very intentional. And when I see them and they're interesting to me, they're often in a place where I wouldn't expect them to be.
Yes.
With other furniture, not just a mid-century style place.
Exactly, they're mixed with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, we see them a lot, and a lot of retailers are selling. I mean, as soon as you start seeing the same stuff being sold by third-party resellers on sites like Walmart, Home Depot, Warna, Target, all that, it's an oversaturated trend.
It's like the pottery that came out, the vintage pottery, which I always say go for the real, but Target came out with these ones that are, and Home Sense and stuff. So that aren't real. They're just, and then that's just when it exploded into this craziness. But it's now kind of calmed down. But they're reaching for the next, which is
totally. But I know just from my speaking with so many of our clients and your clients is that they do want to be authentic. They want to be unique, but they don't know how to do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shannon's available for that. We're available to talk to you about that. Be brave. If you don't like something after a little while, switch it out. It's something new. If you've been shopping this way, you know you're saving money. You haven't gone to a super expensive place, but we know there's more people that want to do it. And I want to encourage people to do it.
Yes.
I hated espresso finished furniture. I found it super, super depressing and brutal. It was big.
Mine is a little bit of the shabby chic.
Yep.
I wasn't into that. I just felt like it was just whitewashed everything. It just didn't have any. There's no color. Or,
it wasn't bright enough.
It had a moment, and it's no offense to people that really liked it, but I just was like.
Yep. And then my other one is mirrored furniture. I do bring it in here sometimes, and people like it, but it was everywhere, and you could see finger marks on it all the time. It was really easy to crack and chip. It took away from. It was hard to put a beautiful lamp on top and appreciate it. Like, I love mirrors.
Overpowering.
I don't love mirrored furniture.
Yes. Yep.
Well, it's a really good question because obviously I've seen hundreds of thousands of items over the last 19 years that I've done this, and I already loved design before that. But when I walk into people's home, I do look for items that are unique. My eye is drawn to beautiful glass, incredible artwork, pottery, as we mentioned before. I love brutalist items. When we're speaking mid-century and even a little bit into the 40s, sometimes into the 30s, brutalist, without leaning all into the look. You see a lot of brutalist wall hangings, some incredible lamps, some that I've been able to get in the store over the years, some that I've missed out on, that have just destroyed me because they're so exquisite and so amazing. And I look for quality. I look for quality and how the piece would work in someone's home. So I can still go in. A lot of the antique furniture we have to turn down these days, but I look for a fabulous oak table from the turn of the century that would look amazing behind a super contemporary couch with some beautiful lamps on it. So my eye is drawn to quality and uniqueness. And it's very hard for me to ever go into anybody's home and not look around, not turn their china over, not see. Every day is a new experience. Every day I see something that I've never seen before. But I look for baskets love baskets. I love wood vessels. Because you know what I love about those things? They're an organic product that brings a lot of texture to your home, is that somebody's hands were on that and their creative flow was happening. There's a real story behind it. There's a real history, and it hasn't just come off some factory line. And there are good things that come off a factory line too, but you know, this is what I'm looking for, and that kind of thing. And then furniture to me that, you know, sometimes is on trend for some of our folks, but mostly is furniture that I think is going to stand the test of time for a long time.
Yes, absolutely.
Like,
Agree with that.
This Herman Miller may not be your style, but it is a style that won't go out of style for the right person that loves the mid-century look. And then if you love an overstuffed sofa, if I'm looking for a big sofa, I'm looking for what's inside the cushions and what the fabric is on it, and of course what condition it's in. With used furniture or pre-loved, which is a nicer word to use, we do expect that there's some imperfections. To me, that's part of the patina, it's part of the history. If it's major damage, then we don't take it. But if there's the odd, you know, nick or scratch, that's just part of that piece's history, like the lines on our face, they tell a story. So leaning into that, I think, is something that will make you more comfortable with shopping thrift and shopping consignment and shopping any kind of resale type of thing, auction, that sort of thing.
And what about rugs?
Rugs, yeah, so rugs are a good one. I turn a lot of rugs down. There's some styles, the British India carpets that were really big in the 1970s and 80s and early 90s, specific Oriental style, but I look for wool rugs, I look for cotton rugs, I look for blended rugs like cotton and wool, or wool and silk, or 100% silk. A Persian rug, I'll take them hands down all the time. I'll even take them when they have fading and a little bit of imperfections, because that rug could be 70, 100 years old.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to make a rug look like that, you couldn't make it look like that.
No.
And I love a rug with history. They can be cleaned, they can be beat out, they can be thoroughly vacuumed, but they make a room. And I'm looking, you know, I like contemporary styles too, but I'm careful with the colors and the pattern on the contemporary styles. But for me, a Persian can look good anywhere.
Another piece of art.
Completely. And a rug is also a good investment piece if you can do it.
For me, it's these mid-century bar credenza. Amazing piece. Of course, with the design, it's always multi-use. So this is something that looks like a piece in your dining room, but you could open it up and have a really nice cool bar, but you could collect some very cool glassware. And for storage wise, it's a great piece.
I see a lot of favorite pieces. It's a problem, because I really see pieces that I'd love to incorporate myself, or that I'd like to incorporate into my friends' homes, because I think that's what they truly would love. I love a good sofa and good rugs, but the accessories are what bring me joy. They're more work for us, to be honest. Sorting, unpacking, pricing, labeling, researching. It's actually a lot more work than getting a sofa, dining table, and some chairs in. It requires labor that's quite intensive and more work overall, and they sell for smaller price points than larger furniture. But for me, those pieces are what make the spaces, and like, this is a new piece from I think this is a new piece from Article, and it's a really nice wood piece. But it looks amazing with this collection of mid-century art glass on it.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you've combined your styles there, and
right beside this great piece of art.
Oh,
I mean, all of
yes,
this here
behind me is a mid-century abstract.
Yes.
This is, I think this is Peter, I can't remember his name, but this is an incredible piece, you guys. It should not still be here. So a piece like this is a jumping off point. If you are just starting and you come in and you're like, I have to have that, there is so much you can do with this. You can go antique, you can go mid-century, you can go ultra contemporary. You can do so much with that. You can take a bit of each color in your pottery, in your dishes, in your lights. You can go all white in your interior, and this is literally the only color you have.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
that to me that's a favorite thing in the store for me right now.
I have a few, and why am I?
The Robert Lettingham couch.
Oh yes, the Robert Lettingham couch is that. Like I said, if I didn't already have a couch, that would have been, and that was gone. But there's been quite a few things here that things go fast here. Yeah, there's been a lot. So
If you like it, buy it.
yes, I highly recommend it because it won't be here when you come back.
It's happened to
9 times
me.
out of 10.
It's happened to me when I know that there's a piece I want to buy, and I've second guessed myself, and then it's gone, and I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I've historically had people almost get into physical arguments over pieces in here when it's actually been it hasn't happened as much in the recent years, but a few years ago it happened a few times.
Really?
Yeah, with people that saw something new.
And they came at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Especially when we used to open on a Wednesday morning. We weren't open on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We were only open 4 days a week, and we used to have a lineup out the door down the street on Wednesday mornings because the items weren't on the website. Nobody knew what was coming. We weren't doing Instagram, and so yeah, things could get really exciting.
Yeah.
So if you see something and you love it, do it. Our prices are really fair. Do you agree, Shannon?
100% fair.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry to put you
why-
on the spot.
No,
but-
that's okay. And I'm not just saying this because I'm having this meeting with you guys. I'm saying this because it's true. Like, the pricing here is amazing on all items because everything here is quality, and you just can't get those prices. And I mean, yeah, this is my first place I come.
Thank you.
For every client I have is the first place I shop, and then I go from there. But I'm here constantly looking at things because it changes. I was here last week and I'm back this week, and there's a array of new great items that I could put in. I don't need another house.
Yeah,
So
yes.
I can build a new, But so I mean, for some of my clients, and the price points are great.
Thank
are
you.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that is something that's really important to us because we want it to be accessible to everybody. If you have $5, there's usually something you can pick up here for $5. If you have $10,000, there's stuff here for you to buy. You are welcome no matter your budget. If you have no budget right now, we want you to come in and just get inspired.
That's exactly it.
Shop,
Inspiring.
maybe you'll find that something at a thrift store, or even, you're driving down the street and someone put some free stuff at the end of the driveway. And once in a while, there's some real gems in that sort of
Yes.
thing. I got some antique snowshoes that way, right? At the end of someone's driveway in Shaughnessy, and they were going to be thrown out. And so you never know. So we want everybody to come and feel good. And you can shop, not Shannon's closet, but Shannon's stuff, because when we do big consignments with Shannon,
Yes.
you can shop Shannon style. And let me tell you, Shannon has an incredible eye, and her eye for accessories especially. I get excited, and in fact right now I'm a little behind on Shannon's appraisal, but Shannon's got 50 pieces for me to be going through right now to value for her to bring in on consignment, and that's what we're planning to do. So it's an exciting time, and in the next few weeks those will be coming in, and I love everything. There's nothing I ever turn down with Shannon. That's the thing, and that's rare, guys, to turn a lot of stuff down.
Thank you.
So
That's nice.
that's why we chose Shannon as our first sort of guest to talk to, and we're hoping Shannon's going to do this with us a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to do some tours around the store. We're going to talk about our favorite things in store right now, how we might put some looks together.
A mock room.
Yeah,